Paratici and Xavi Hernandez, the ex-Barcelona maestro manager, are they both on their way to Tottenham Hotspur? Now, in this crazy world of football with reports and rumours and ITKs, no one knows. But what I do know is this story is gathering a lot of traction. All you need to do is type in Xavi Hernandez Spurs into Google, and you'll see that over the last week, reports from here, there, everywhere, lots and lots of sources, not HP, not mayonnaise, not ketchup, lots of sources saying that Xavi Hernandez is the manager that Spurs want, and that the key to making it happen is getting Fabio Paratici back. So there's lots of different dots that need to connect, but there's a lot of talk about it, isn't there? And I want to talk to you guys this morning about, how do you feel about that? Would you want that? Now, we know that there's a huge growing discontent amongst Spurs fans now for current incumbent Ange Postecoglou. We know that there's many people, you all know my feelings on it, that feel like this is an embarrassment to Tottenham Hotspur now that this manager is still here. And even more embarrassing that he's allowed to manage this team with the volume of defeats that he's had. I don't mind if someone has a bad patch. Sure, stick with them. This man's had a bad 18 months. And because of that, we've been linked with a number of managers. You've had Iriola, Frank. Yeah, you've also had Marco Silva at Fulham. There's people that have talked about Holness of Stuttgart, Glasner at Palace. But the Xavi Hernandez link, for me, is a very interesting one, and one that I wouldn't be against at all. Xavi, for me, listen, we know he was one of the best midfielders that ever lived. We know what a genius of a footballer he was, and he was part of the greatest Barcelona team the world's ever seen, and the greatest Spain national team the world has ever seen. This man made games of football tick. This man could pass the ball for fun. And this man has now gone on to be a manager where he's already won La Liga and the Spanish Cup with Barcelona before falling out with their hierarchy. Now, the question is, Xavi, who has not got a club at the moment, would he want to come to Tottenham? Now, there are people saying that he would. But it would need the influence of Fabio Paratici. Now, Fabio Paratici is an interesting one because for me, I don't look at Paratici and go, oh my gosh, please get me back Fabio. He's amazing. He's great. This is the man I want. What I do know is this guy is a million times better than Lang. Lang, for me, has been a huge disappointment in the 2 years he's been at Tottenham Hotspur. A huge disappointment. For me, Paratici is much better than him. Now, does that mean I don't think there's better than Paratici out there? No. But this is all coinciding nicely, isn't it? You've got a manager that is surely on his way out. Surely. My fingers are crossed. As I said, I don't care. People have got me. I don't even care if he wins the Europa League. I personally, my personal opinion, I can't watch this Spurs every week. I can't watch this utter dross that this man serves up. The worst manager I've seen at Tottenham Hotspur. But what we do know is that Xavi Hernandez is immediately available. What we do know is that Paratici will be immediately available when his ban ends on the 25th of June. So lots of reports are saying that in the background, Paratici's having conversations with Daniel Levy, and that he will sign a contract back with Spurs when that worldwide ban ends. There are those that don't want him back. I get it. Don't want him back. He's a crook. He's a villain. Look what he did. He's got a worldwide ban for a reason. There are those that don't want him back because they don't think all of his signings were great. And for me, I think it was very 50-50 on the signings. I thought we brought in some decent players. When you look at Adogi, is decent. Bentancur, Kulusevski, Romero. I think he brought in some good players. He also brought in some dross, didn't he? The likes of Emerson Royale, Galini, Brian Hill. So I guess, though, if you're going to look around world football, if you look at most football directors of football, they're going to have some good, some bad, and some ugly. But there are lots of noises and reports that when Paratici was at Spurs, it wasn't just about the players he signed. Lots of people have said that he's widely been given credit for actually sorting out the Spurs youth department, the development pathway of the young squads. Now, apparently, he uplifted some of their salaries as well. He told Daniel Levy, this is what you need to do if you want a better youth system. This is how it's going to flourish in 5 to 10 years. So there's a lot of credit in the bank for Paratici from that as well. Paratici brought Conte in as well. So we all know that he has got a black book of contacts, any color book of contacts. But we do know that this man has definitely got more contacts in the world of football than Johan Lang. You've got Johan Lang, who's joined Spurs. Villa have not missed him at all, and Villa have continued to do that, while Spurs have gone boom, 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 boom. We've plummeted, whilst Villa are getting better and better and better as a football club. So questions need to be asked about Johan Lang. There's also a lot of reports, and again, this is what it is. By the way, this isn't a video of me going, I know this. You don't know that. I'm just here speculating from all the press talk, all of the reports, all of the rumors, all the ITKs, and giving it to you, the Spurs fans. There are reports saying that Paratici has agreed to come back to Tottenham, but he won't if Ange is the manager. Now, for me, that makes sense because Ange is a dreadful football manager. But if that is the case, then that might explain why he hasn't been sacked so far. Because let's be honest, on merit, he should have been sacked a year ago. He should have been sacked longer than that ago, if we're going to be honest. And this is based on remove feelings, remove the whole, we're just Spurs, just support the team. On facts, on results, it's been utterly shambolic. But maybe, just maybe, this is why he hasn't been sacked yet. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's waiting for Paratici to be available, to come back to work for Tottenham Hotspur and to go and get a manager that he knows. Reports are saying that he knows Xavi Hernandez. Therefore, put the 2 and 2 together. You could have 4, or you could have 444. You never know. It's just reports and links at the moment. But for me, would I be happy with that? Yes. I like Xavi as a coach. And this is the difference. The word I've said there, Xavi is a coach. Ange Postecoglou is the worst coach I've ever seen. I've not seen a single player develop under him. The tactics have not evolved. The defense is absolutely dreadful. It's not drilled. There's no midfield patterns. There's no coaching. Xavi, we know, is a coach. Look what he did with the youngsters at Barcelona, right? He's widely reported as being very good with the youngsters at coaching, at developing them. The likes of Pedri, the likes of Gabi, Kabasi, Yamal, all of the players that would have been 15, 16, 17, 18 in his time there. And I've missed others off as well, but loads and loads of the youth products at Barcelona. So for me, would I take this? Absolutely, I would take it. Am I sitting here saying, Paratici, my number one? No, but he's better than Lang. What I do know is since Lang and Ange have come in, Spurs have never been this bad in the Premier League era, give or take 25 years ago. We've never been this bad. And between Lang and Ange, it's just been an utter shit show, hasn't it? Let's be brutally honest. So it makes sense that these reports are coming out. Let me know what you think. Would you take him? Now, here's Xavi. Let's have a look at this. Here is Xavi. Okay, this is Xavi Hernandez. Sorry, my light nearly fell over there. This is Xavi Hernandez. We all know what he's like as a player. 45 years of age now. As we can see, that if we go down to him as a footballer, we can see here that he played 945 games, over 767 games for Barcelona, right the way through from the academy into the first team, into one of the greatest midfielders in the world. And then we also know he had 82 caps for the Spanish national team. If we move on to what he won as a player, I mean, look what he won as a player. Look what he won. 2 Euros, a World Cup, World Player of the Year, World Soccer Player of the Year. all of these, La Liga Player of the Year, Midfielder of the Year, all of these things, Champions League Player of the Year. Look at the Barcelona trophies, just so many of them. And then we know that at Barcelona, as manager, he also, let's go down to his manager. Look at all these individual as a player, but as a manager, he's won a lot at Al Sadd. Barcelona won the Liga in his first year and the Super Cup as well. So this is a man that's got pedigree as a player and a manager and as a coach. Now, let's have a look at Fabio Paratici, shall we? Would you want Paratici back? Here is the question. You can see here, Fabio Paratici. Now, this wasn't a man who had a wonderful playing career. You can see there he played for a number of Italian teams from the late 80s through to the early noughties. But it was more about his management career and, working with Sampdoria and Juventus, then came to Tottenham Hotspur in June 2021. He took over as managing director of football, and Tottenham improved from the 7th place to 4th place in the 21-22 season. And he's widely renowned, isn't he, for those two signings there. You can see the Kulusevski and the Bentancur situation. But we also know that in 2023, on April the 21st, he resigned from his position at Spurs after losing his appeal against a worldwide ban that was imposed by FIFA. Now, we can go into this for a lot, but there's a lot to it. But that may put a few people off. Does that put you off? Would you want Paratici back at Spurs? Did you rate him? Did you rate his signings? What he did for the youth team? Let me know what you think. I think there's a lot to go on there, and we're going to be speaking about this in more detail tonight, 7:30 p.m. The Spurs review is back. We'll talk about Xavi. We'll talk about Paratici, and we're going to look forward as well to the Chelsea game on Thursday night. Rumours that Christian Romero wants to leave for Atletico Madrid. So plenty to get our teeth into tonight. So please please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I don't know if any of this is happening. I don't know. I'm just here reporting back to you guys. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs.